Hey there, members. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Chuck. Chuck, how we doing?
Doing great. Absolutely great.
Can you believe it's September?
No. Where'd the summer go?
I have no idea. It's just rolling right along.
It is, and we're having a great year.
We're having an awesome year.
We're growing. We're making a ton of loans. We're pushing certificate rates up, money market rates up, and doing everything we can to continue to create more value for our members.
Yeah, we've got a couple big things rolling out soon. So one of them, little foreshadowing, is going to be our Holly Springs branch, which we're going to talk about in a separate video.
Yes, from Holly Springs.
From Holly Springs. Yeah, they're putting the finishing touches on that as we speak. So I had originally hoped to be there today.
Right.
And because of that, I have a Holly Springs coffee.
Ah, great.
So this is from 5 Star Roasters out of Holly Springs. It is the Santa Lucia, which is a medium roast from Honduras. Nice.
Very good.
That is good.
It's nice and crisp.
So I'm thinking I may have to break our rule and get a second coffee from them for the Holly Springs video.
Yeah.
But that's rolling right along, and we'll have a new video for you in a couple weeks specifically about that branch. But we have something big happening in the meantime that all members are going to want to know about.
About the same time Holly Springs opens.
Right around. So let's talk about our online banking updates, because that's going to affect all of our members.
Yeah. So we've been working for the better part of a year to implement a major upgrade to our online and mobile banking platform. And so our folks have been hard at work on that for nearly a year. And that's going to occur on September 23rd, the morning of September 23rd. There'll be a new home screen. It'll look different in that there are, we call them tiles, but different functions in different boxes. Members can customize where those boxes are. If they have a preferred one that they use all the time, they can put it in the top left, for example. So there's a lot of opportunities members will have to customize their version, both on the mobile device as well as online. 2 big functions we're adding. One is what we call tap to save. We know a lot of members have a hard time saving money every month. Either forget about it, or it's too hard, or they don't want to log in and do transfers and so forth. So tap to save allows a member to pick a checking account and a savings account and a dollar amount. And when they're in digital banking, all they have to do is hit tap to save, and it'll move that amount of money from checking to savings. Nice. And it's we think that'll be a popular feature. You can set it up where it's $1. You can set it up where it's $10. But to make it easier for monies to stash money away in their savings account. The other big one is travel notices for credit and debit cards. In the past, so people who travel infrequently or in a number of cities back to back, the fraud systems, if you've never been to Paris and you take a trip to Paris, the fraud system that's going to evaluate whether or not your transactions are fraud or not will know that you've never been to Paris with a card. And so sometimes it'll flag it and call the member to make sure it's a valid transaction. Well, members can notify us that they're traveling to various locations on certain dates, which reduces significantly the likelihood that one of their transactions will be considered suspicious. So members will have, in the new system, will have the ability to enter those locations and the dates they're traveling, which will hopefully smooth out any issues that may arise with the use of their debit and credit cards while traveling.
That's good.
So it's been a long time coming, because up to now they had to call us, which is not the most convenient way to do that for folks who are very digital savvy.
I'm eager to test all this out, so I'll tap to save for my trip to Paris, where I can use my travel notices.
Bingo.
There we go. So anytime we make a change like this, obviously certain things happen. There's some downtimes. What is important for members to know as we go into making that change on the 23rd?
So the system will be down for several hours on the morning of September 23rd. So it will not be available for any transactions or balances or anything. But it's been tested and tested and tested, so we think that that transition that night and that morning will go pretty smoothly. The login credentials will not change. ID, password, Touch ID, Face ID, none of that's affected. So members will be able to log in after we go live with the same way they do today without disruption. If you use third-party aggregators like Mint and Quicken and some of the personal, financial management software where you've given them access to your account, they get that data through screen scraping. Well, our screens are going to change. And so that will likely get disrupted for whatever period of time it takes that third-party aggregator to modify their screen scraping process for our site. And so, I know it's frustrating, but that's something they have to do to be able to continue to provide the service. And it happens all the time because institutions are frequently changing, adding functionality and changing the way these sites look and feel. So they'll be affected. The mobile app won't require an update to see the changes, but we would encourage members to go ahead and do an update shortly after that. But it's an exciting time. More and more activity is shifting to digital, and we're trying to make sure we can stay at the cutting edge of providing mobile and digital access to our members.
Yeah, I really like how customizable it is and how responsive it is. It's going to look good on every device, so that's nice. It's a little easier to keep up with the changes as each new device comes out and each new screen size.
Well, and it's we can add new functionality just by adding a tile now. So we just add a tile into that inventory and it's available to members.
And this really points us towards the future because we're going to see a lot more of that as we go ahead.
Yeah, I mean long term, and we have a company that we formed with other credit unions is building the vision of a coastal app store where there could be 25, 50, or 100 different apps that our members could use to do business with Coastal, to get help, to get service needs met, to get information, and so forth. And so we're hard at work moving towards that, which we'll do over the next couple of years.
That's good. And I'd just like to add that we had a lot of member input into this particular update. I know we brought members in for
a lot of
focus groups and they actually tried it out and gave us some good feedback, and we made a lot of changes.
We also, as we do various surveys, as we do our Net Promoter surveys, quite often we get suggestions from members for things they'd like to see in our digital channels. So we review all that as well.
That'd be good.
But we're trying to be as good as the best of them.
So we have an information page on our website where you can actually see what's new, what's different, and a reminder of what's important to know. But there's also a preview, so you can click on a little video and it'll show you some of the new features that we've outlined today. So I'll put that in the show notes, so you can just click on that and get all the information you want. But just remember, it's happening on September 23rd, so it's coming up pretty quickly. But I think they're going to look forward to that and enjoy what they see.
Well, and our member contact center will be well staffed that day and then the days following that. So if any members do encounter a problem or can't quite figure out how to do what they were used to doing in the previous version, we're happy to help them over the phone.
Yep. I'll expect to be here that day.
Yeah.
In case anything happens.
I have a bunch of people here that day.
So that'll be good. Any final thoughts?
No. It's football season. My Kansas City Chiefs won yesterday.
My Buffalo Bills did not.
I saw that. But we're headed into the fall, and it should be exciting.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in. Next time you see us, we'll be surrounded by our brand new Holly Springs branch, so that'll be nice and exciting. As always, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notified anytime a new video is posted. You're going to have to remember to hit the little bell icon to get notifications, but don't miss a video. We've got a lot more that come out simply beyond Coffee with Chuck. There's a lot of other videos coming out from Coastal, so we know people will enjoy those. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.
Have a great day.
Thanks.